Hey, it's Jose. I got something to talk about. I think it's dumb, but it's something that's kind of going on right now in the background, or you'll see what I mean. It's idiotic. All right, so U.S. communities spanning from red to blue blast Trump administration sanctuary list. So essentially, he made a list of states or cities or counties that are opposing his deportation efforts or his immigration efforts or whatever. So last month, President issued an executive order directing the Homeland Security Secretary and Attorney General to create a list of states and localities viewed as hindering federal immigration enforcement. And I mean, I'm pretty sure you've seen all those stories out there. So it's real shit. The list aims to identify states and local areas considered to obstruct federal immigration enforcement and mandates suspending federal grants and contracts to them. Over 500 jurisdictions from diverse political and geographical backgrounds were named, including some heavily supportive of Trump, but several communities question their inclusion or find errors on the list. So they're talking about there's a lot of misspelling errors and stuff that kind of doesn't make sense. They had the list up originally, but I guess they took it back down. I don't know. Either they're correcting their mistakes or, well, I don't know. I don't know what else they would be doing, honestly. Officials like Shawano County's Jim Davil said, "We have no idea how we got on this list whatsoever," while Seattle's Mayor Harrell declared, "The law is on our side and the measures are not going to work." The controversy highlights unclear criteria and definitions for sanctuary jurisdictions, with officials warning the order could undermine local safety policies and community trust. Alright, so I'm gonna summarize a couple of quick things that are in the, this is what it's called, Protecting American Communities from Criminal Aliens. And that's the title of his executive order. It got passed, or he signed it April 28, 2025. These are, you can go check it out and read it, but here are a couple little things, a quick summary, just in case you don't want to read it. Alright, so Federal Authority on Immigration. The order reaffirms the federal government's authority over immigration, national security, and foreign policy, calling the presence of illegal aliens a national security risk. That is not true. It is not a national security risk. But obviously, they're using whatever they can to justify their moves that they're making, you know? But, yeah, everybody was going through a process. A lot of people, 75% of people that were deported or that are deported under the Trump administration, 75% are just innocent people. But of course, we saw that coming. All right, sanctuary jurisdictions. The Attorney General and Secretary of Homeland Security must publish and update a list of states and local jurisdictions that obstruct immigration enforcement. So I try to look at the list, like I said, but it wasn't available. Sorry, trying to figure out where I put my bottle. Okay. So these are the ones I've found with some of the articles that have been published already. So like places like Huntington Beach, California, Seattle, Washington, Shawano County, Wisconsin, New Mexico, North Dakota, Illinois, Cincinnati, Ohio. That's just a couple. But apparently there's like up to 500 or over 500 listed on there. Funding consequences. Federal departments must identify and suspend federal funding to sanctuary jurisdictions that defy immigration enforcement. Again, like it's just enforcing the dumb whatever executive order. It's upsetting just to see how low this guy and his administration is willing to go just to scrape out any type of diversity out of the United States. That's essentially how I feel they're doing. They're sooner or later they're already going after citizens. You know, if you're a citizen and you're brown, you get mistaken. They let you go. But some, I mean, what is it? A 4-year-old with cancer got deported. A citizen, but obviously he had to go because his parents were going. So it's just idiotic. I hate it. Okay, well, all this hating and no reading. All right, so what else? Law enforcement. The federal government will pursue legal action against jurisdictions that continue obstructing federal immigration laws. This is Trump using the system for his little retribution or whatever, revenge that he's trying to make happen here, you know. He's already done a bunch of other things that have given him more power. One of the things is Congress just kind of stepped aside and said, you can do whatever you want, Mr. President, because of those dumbass MAGA idiots. Let's go with idiots. Federal benefits restrictions. The order directs agencies to ensure that sanctuary jurisdictions do not improperly provide federal benefits to illegal immigrations. And that's kind of like a blanket statement saying that we're not going to give you anything if you don't follow the rules. Right here they say anything that involves illegal immigration, but even just speaking up, they'll throw a fit. Equal treatment of U.S. citizens. Authorities will review and take action against state and local policies that unlawfully favor non-citizens over American citizens. I feel like he's saying the same thing, but just differently. I don't know. But so stuff like this really catches my attention because I myself am an immigrant. I was born in Mexico, came over here when I was 2 years old, got my citizenship when I joined the military. So I have a soft spot for immigrants that are crossing now, people looking for asylum, all that stuff, because I was in those shoes. Yeah, I was a kid, and it's not like I was like, oh my God, I'm an illegal alien. I was just a kid, but I went through the steps of becoming a citizen, and I saw what you have to do. And obviously, if you're going to be living in this country, it's probably best you become a citizen, because as you can see right now, it's really muddy what they're doing, because they're like, oh, we don't care if you're a citizen. We're going to detain you first, take you into prison or jail, and then we'll get back to you and check and see if you're a citizen. Sometimes they check them earlier, let them go earlier, but still it's not something that should be happening. But the reason I don't like it is just, like I said, like I went through that process of becoming a citizen. So did some of my brothers and sister, and my younger brothers were born here. So I don't understand how people that have came over here that are immigrants or born from immigrants be so careless when it comes to other people being hurt right now, being deported. I don't like it, and I think it's kind of messed up that they'll sit there, them being an immigrant, and they'll sit there and be like, yeah, I voted for Trump because, he needs to get all the illegals out. They got to do it the right way and all that stuff. And it's like, they were doing it the right way. They were seeking asylum. They're going through the asylum program. But it's another story. But yeah, I just wanted to bring this to people's attention just because it's something that's happening now. And as you can see, it is currently June 1st, and this executive order was from April 28, 2025. I don't know if you noticed, but he's just been whipping away with that pen and signing off on everything and anything. Like, I don't know how many executive orders he's got now. No, he's got a shit ton apparently. But everybody else is trying to play catch up right now. The courts are trying to play catch up because he's doing a bunch of legal crap here, that he's doing so much of it that the courts have to sit there and be like, oh, gotta look through this. Oh, there's something wrong with this. There's something not wrong with that. That's why you see that huge delay of, at first it seemed like nobody was doing anything. The courts weren't doing anything, and he was just signing away, breaking the rules and breaking the law. But I'm pretty sure, as if you follow politics, you've seen that it's been catching up. And I just really hope they impeach him, because he's a freaking idiot. Like, he's hurting a lot of innocent people, and I have no sympathy for somebody like that. Well, anyways, thanks for watching.